If you look at the average Gen Z pantry, what will you find? Goldfish, Doritos, fruit roll-ups? That pantry will be pretty stacked. But what if you open the fridge? Maybe it's pretty empty. No meats or dairy, not too many fresh fruits or veggies. But you'll see a lot of snack foods and junk food still in the pantry. In this video, I want to dive into how Gen Z, my generation, got so hooked on junk food. Gen Z has been called the snack generation. In a time of convenience and sky-high grocery prices, Gen Z has ditched the meal in favor of a bottomless pantry of snacks. In this video, we're going to stay away from the complicated science of junk food and focus more on the reason and the how. The drive for junk food. So how did Gen Z get so obsessed with junk food and snacks? Well, one major reason I think we can point the finger to is the fact that as kids, our generation was fed ad after ad of branded food product. Going to school, you could sometimes unfortunately tell the rich kids from the poorer kids based on the type of snacks that their parents would pack them in their school lunch. I remember seeing kids that would have like 5 things in their lunchbox: a Snyder bag of pretzels, a fruit roll-up, a Gatorade, a bag of Lay's, and Lunchables. When young Gen Z went to the grocery store, we were gravitated towards colorful cereals and yogurts with the characters from our favorite shows. Now, this type of consumerism still occurred with millennials, absolutely. But I feel like it was put on overdrive with Gen Z. It's no coincidence food companies have been targeting young consumers with increasing precision. According to a study, children and teens in the US see over 7,000 junk food ads per year, with fast food, sugary drinks, and snacks making up the overwhelming majority. On social media, the effect is amplified. TikTok alone had over 20 billion views on food-related hashtags in 2024. Think things like girl dinner. This is a large reason why Gen Z has become so hooked on junk food. As a society, we've made it extremely acceptable, even celebrated, to eat these foods daily. There's nothing inherently wrong with enjoying snacks in moderation. But when the ads don't stop and they become more clever and more intelligent, they get your engagement even more, it becomes increasingly hard for the younger generation to ignore these ads. Now, my international viewers out there, those that aren't living in the United States, do you guys get fed a lot of fast food ads like we do here in the US? Let me know in the comment section below. You know, the US is one of the most saturated advertising markets in the world. Research out of the University of Connecticut, they actually showed that American children are exposed to more food ads than any other country on the planet. And over 80% of those ads are for unhealthy food products. The marketing and advertising isn't just consistent, it's emotional. Modern junk food ads don't just show the product, they sell a sort of lifestyle. Think of all those ads in the Super Bowl. These brands, they partner with influencers, meme pages, and even esports teams to make their snack part of the Gen Z's identity. Studies now show that teens are twice as likely to recall brands they see endorsed by creators they follow. And when those endorsements are tied to humor or nostalgia, it becomes extremely difficult for them to ignore these sort of ads. That's why we see brands like Cheetos collaborating with fashion brands and Oreos releasing limited edition drops, the same way that sneakers do so. And unlike older generations, Gen Z rarely sees a counter message. Public health campaigns that once promoted cooking at home or limiting sugar intake have now been dwarfed by corporate ad budgets. In 2022, the US food industry spent over $14 billion on advertising, compared to just $120 million spent by public health agencies on like healthy eating campaigns. That's a ratio of 100 to 1. Now, my European viewers might not know what the heck this is, but let me show you this super addicting yet tasty snack. These are Flamma's Doritos. They're super spicy, and honestly, they're kind of good. It's why I bought them, right? They're super tasty. They're kind of addicting. One of the hidden problems with snacks like this is they might have like a disclosed serving size, so you can eat like 12 of these for around 150 calories, which isn't too bad, right? You eat that and it's all right. But the problem is that these chips, they're super addicting, and it's like you eat one chip and then you need to eat 5 more. For some people, it's extremely easy to consume this entire bag. So what the heck is even in this bag that makes them so addicting? Why is Gen Z so hooked on chips like this? And we've been using the term junk food pretty loosely here. It has many different meanings for many different people. We're going to be using it for foods that are super ultra processed with sugar, sodium, and other weird ingredients. Which brings us to our next reason. Many of these snacks have terms like organic, freshly baked, or even whole wheat. But here's the thing, that really doesn't make a snack or packaged food any more healthy. A 2023 survey found that 68% of Gen Z say they snack multiple times a day, and only 11% say they regularly even cook their own meals. It's something that we talked about in our video a few weeks ago. Food delivery apps, convenience stores in every corner, and even gas stations offering fresh-looking snacks have made a killing. With grocery prices rising over 20% over the last 3 years, snacking often feels a lot cheaper than preparing a full meal, even though ounce per ounce, they're really not. The result is a generation that's replaced the dinner table with the snack aisle. The problem is, eating snacks this way isn't just a harmless habit. When you regularly down an entire bag of chips like this, it takes 600 to 1,000 calories in one sitting, plus massive amounts of sodium and refined carbs. Over time, that can lead to a lot of weight gain, high blood pressure, and energy crashes, among many other health issues. Especially if these snacks are replacing balanced meals that actually have good nutrition in them. For Gen Z, who already consumes more snack calories per day than any other previous generation on record, it's a cycle that's really hard to break. The more you snack, the more that your body craves that quick dopamine hit, and the less satisfying a real meal or cooking can actually feel. And of course, I think there's a certain amount and element of mental health challenges that have contributed to snacking and overeating, especially among Gen Z. Like we've talked about constantly on this channel, Gen Z in the United States is experiencing alarming signs of anxiety and depression. And when you're sad, you're a lot more likely to down an entire bag of Flamas. That's because eating isn't just about hunger, it's also about comfort. Comfort eating has been shown to temporarily lower stress hormones like cortisol, giving a short-term feeling of relief. For a generation that spends hours online, often exposed to bad news and constant notifications, it's easy for food to become a quick, reliable mood booster. In fact, a 2022 survey done by the American Psychological Association, they found that 40% of Gen Z reports eating to manage stress levels, at least once a week, with snacks being the go-to choice over full meals. The issue is that this coping mechanism often backfires. That short dopamine hit burst from eating a salty, sweet snack wears off quickly, which can lead to even more cravings and, for some people, a guilty feeling afterward. And overeating fuels more negative emotions. Combined with the fact that junk food is marketed as a fun, social, and rewarding experience, it's easy to see how snacking culture has found the perfect environment to thrive among the Gen Z generation. And then there's social media, which has turned food from something that you just eat into something that you perform, an experience, if you will. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and yes, even YouTube Shorts are flooded with snack recipes, reviews, you name it. For Gen Z, food isn't just fuel, it's content. Even if you weren't craving a huge bag of chips, seeing your favorite creator rave about them or trying a brand new flavor can just plant the idea in your head constantly So when you go to the store the next day, you'll think about that bag of chips and you'll want to buy them. What makes this even more powerful is the algorithm. These platforms know exactly what you've engaged with before. So if you watch one snack review or recipe or any other sort of food, you'll likely be served dozens, if not hundreds of ads or videos just like that. It's become a constant feedback loop. Mental health struggles make you more likely to seek comfort foods, and social media serves up that content that normalizes or celebrates that behavior, and then brands, they swoop in with ads or influencer partnerships to seal the deal. The result has been a digital environment where snacking isn't just encouraged, it's practically woven into the fabric of Gen Z's online life. And when you step back and look at this, it isn't just about Doritos or fruit roll-ups. It's about how an entire generation's relationship with food has been reshaped. And I can't help but to think that snacks like this fruit roll-up, are a lot cheaper than a snack like this, which is a lot better for you, but this is gonna cost you a lot more money. That's just how things are, right? A full bag of pistachios like this, super healthy snack, it's actually good for you. $10 just for this bag, if not more, $10, $13, versus a bag of chips, which is only gonna cost you like $3. It's a huge problem in our country that the healthy foods are a lot more expensive. We have an entire generation, Gen Z, that is struggling financially. So it isn't a surprise that they're gonna settle for the more affordable option, even if that affordable option is a lot more unhealthy. For Gen Z, snacking isn't just a side thing anymore. It's become like the main event. It's become something that they look forward to, which is fine, but a lot of these foods are extremely unhealthy. Foods like this, they're gonna cost a lot more money and people aren't gonna buy them as much. But what does this say about our society, in which that we're willing to spend billions of dollars on advertising unhealthy food? A society where grabbing a quick candy bar is a lot more affordable than grabbing an actual meal. A society that's gone so far down the rabbit hole of snack culture that it's starting to feel like a replacement to real food. Well, what do you guys think of this situation? Do you think it's Gen Z's fault that they're over consuming all these snacks? Or is there a real societal problem at play in which snacks are a lot more easier to obtain than actual healthy, nutritious foods? Let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps us out and it shines a spotlight on issues like this. And like always, we'll be back with another video. Stay informed out there.